Janice, are you there?
At your service, sir.
Enter the manosphere.
Of course. How can I assist you today?
Give me some of that dating foolishness.
Will do, sir.
And you never get to feel like the fullness of all the love that a woman has to give you because you're trying to piecemeal qualities from multiple people. So, you know.
Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. For today's dating foolishness, we're diving into an interesting video from the Sherri Show. And trust me, it's pure gold. Let's get straight to it. Disclaimer, this video has triggered copyright claims before. So we went ahead and remixed the footage with edits to make it fair use. So you've been warned.
Ladies, I got some very disappointing news about one of our faves. Actor Kofi Siriboe recently opened up about his unconventional relationship beliefs. Now, Kofi is a new addition to this season of Harlem, and he plays a professional baseball player who doesn't believe in monogamy. So, that's guy. But it turns out that Kofi didn't have to act too hard. He says he actively practices what they call, I never even heard of this, ethical non-monogamy.
Ooh.
So he spoke to, who clapped? Did a woman clap on that? She clapped on ethical non-monogamy.
Aha, she clapped. That means she's in favor of ethical non-monogamy. But before we break this down, let's make sure we're all on the same page about what ethical non-monogamy actually is. Janice, read.
Ethical non-monogamy, ENM, refers to relationships where all parties involved consent to having multiple romantic or sexual partners, with a focus on open communication and honesty. This practice distinguishes itself from cheating by ensuring that everyone is aware of and agrees to the relationship dynamics.
Ethical. This is about honesty. So why do women have a problem with it?
So Kofi spoke to Level magazine and explained why he doesn't want to settle down with one person. Take a look.
It seems like sometimes monogamy feels like role play, and it sometimes feels restrictive, you know? So there's an element of it that feels performative. And I understand the tradition of it. I understand the deeper, you know, I understand that, but then there's a part of me that just had questions. So I went through some phases where I'm like, well, why? Why do we do it like this? And is this how I want to do it? And from observing people who play those roles, my parents included, I see some blind spots.
Okay, let me tell you how I feel. Kofi is over here using all these big words. I don't need to hear all of that. I don't need to hear that, because what you're saying is you want to hold around. That's what I hear. That's what, all of what you said, just you went around the mulberry bush. This is a waste of my time, because I could be out with somebody else who would want to commit. All right? It takes you all night to explain why you see blind spots. Let me tell you where you don't see blind spots. In monogamy.
And right there, that's exactly the kind of person you shouldn't waste your time debating. Why?
Why?
Because she doesn't want to hear it. She embodies the exact blind spots Kofi is talking about. Look what Kofi said. Sometimes monogamy feels like role-playing. Well, duh. Because it is role-playing. Why do you think they call it traditional gender roles? Like I always say, wives aren't born. They are raised. Being a wife is a skill. It's a role that requires effort, discipline, and selflessness. And you know what women said?
We don't want to be traditional wives anymore.
Why?
Why?
Because being a wife comes with restrictions.
And it sometimes feels restrictive.
Exactly. Of course, it feels restricted. Because in a traditional relationship, you cannot do whatever you want. You have duties and obligations. But modern women rejected that. They opened the floodgates to hookup culture. They said,
You don't have to marry me to get this. You don't even have to be my boyfriend.
And yet, when a man like Kofi, a high-status guy with options, takes advantage of this system, suddenly it's a problem. This isn't about Kofi wanting to hoe around. It's about the fact that women allow this to happen. Women are the gatekeepers of sex. And let's not forget, Harlem The show Kofi stars in is basically a modern-day Sex and the City. It glorifies casual sex, independence, and boss babe culture. So why the outrage when the men start playing by the same rules?
You don't see blind spots in monogamy. There is nothing performative or role-playing about monogamy. So if I feel, Kofi, you got it mixed up, because you know when you see the blind spots? When you're doing it with a bunch of women. It's a lot of blind spots. You know why? Because you're juggling so many women, it's hard to see them clearly. So I know you think you're being honest, and I don't know if that makes it okay. Now, I just say you want to be single instead of doing all of that. So you saying...
No. He doesn't want to be single. He wants ethical non-monogamy. It's still a relationship, just one that doesn't trap him in outdated expectations that modern women abandon anyway. But look at what Sherri Shepherd is focused on. The sex. Why?
Why?
Because it doesn't benefit her. Women don't benefit from casual sex the way men do. They don't need a relationship for sex. They use sex to secure resources from men. And this is exactly why this topic is even being discussed. Kofi isn't your average guy. He has status, money, and influence. And that's why women don't like the deal he's offering.
Non-ethical monogamy. That does not change the fact that you are sharing yourself with multiple women. This so-called ethical non-monogamy, I hear it because it seems to be happening more and more these days. I'm hearing about that. All the men are smiling. Tell me, men, y'all like non-ethical monogamy? Yeah, everybody. Yeah, that's because y'all all sitting by a woman. You scared to clap. And that's okay. But I'm.
And here's where men need to pay attention. If you're interested in starting a family, ethical non-monogamy isn't for you. Because let's be real, there's nothing ethical about raising another man's child. And let's not forget another hard fact. Women carry the most STDs. Why?
Why?
Because they are the most, and irresponsibly on top of that. This entire hookup culture was engineered by women. But now that it's backfiring, they want to complain?
Hearing about it more and more because Neo is in a polyamorous relationship. Neo has 3 women, but news just came in. He just revealed he just added a 4th woman to the thing. So what I'm guessing, you got 4 women. I'm guessing there's gonna be a family photo coming soon with all of them. But he refers to all of them as his wives. So I don't know who came up with the term ethical non-monogamy, because I don't see anything ethical or monogamous about it.
Stop clapping, you fools. Now let's talk about Neo, because this is where the double standard gets exposed. What Neo is doing isn't new. For centuries, men had multiple wives. But here's the difference. It came with responsibilities. Back in the day, if you didn't have the resources to take care of multiple women, you weren't getting multiple wives. But look at these modern women clapping like seals, even though they had a body count higher than the predator, but a marriage count of 0. This is the environment they created. They normalized casual sex. So why is it suddenly a problem when men are just being honest about it?
But for me, when he was talking to me about it, I felt like it was a lazy way of committing. Because in my opinion, when you do these polyamorous things, you never get the fullness of one person or experience. And you never get to feel like the fullness of all the love that a woman has to give you, because you're trying to piecemeal qualities from multiple people. So,
This is pure gold. What love? What qualities? Modern women dropped the ball hard. Snow White flopped because the qualities men actually appreciate in women, kindness, nurturing, cooperation, femininity, are gone. In their place, boss babe mentality, promiscuity, entitlement, and then they wonder why men are opting out? The truth is, modern women's love is whack. And that's why men
Run! Get to the chopper!
Kofi, I love you, Kofi. We just gotta agree to disagree. But I'm really interested to know what y'all think about the situation. How do you feel about ethical non-monogamy?
Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.